check. How's everyone doing today? How are you doing today? Feeling a little nervous, a little anxious? Are you feeling a little hollow or numb? Yeah. Can you do something for me? Can you just breathe with me right now in this moment? It's okay if you don't want to, but I'd like to breathe in this moment. I need to breathe in this moment. You are welcome to do this with me because I'm feeling the need for a little bit of a vibe check myself and a little bit of emotional support. I need some backup. Maybe you need some backup too. I'm feeling a little bit anxious about things. Now there's a little exercise that we can all do that helps just a little. It's asking ourselves one question. So before we ask that question, can you just breathe with me? Just breathe in and breathe out. Bring your attention to this moment. Still your mind and relax your tense muscles. Now, if you're ready, let's ask this question. What are you missing now in this moment? Just be still and listen to the answer. You'll know. This exercise was to share with you that no matter what you are going through, no matter what your worries are, no matter what you are feeling in this moment is who you are. See, you in the present moment, that's what breathing brought us back to. Breathing brought us back to the present. When we shut out the world with our breathing, when we just calm our minds and allow peace to enter, this is the answer we will get. A big fat zero, nothing. You are content with what you have in the present moment, as you are content with who you are in the present moment. Your ego, that is the unwanted portions of your ego that is rooted in fear, cannot focus on the present moment. And if it does, it brings with it some friends of the past as a little gift. And this gift is what happened before, so our fear tries to convince us it will happen again. Did you notice something? When that question was asked, you and I felt the same thing. We felt the same thing in this moment that we shared. Guess what? It's because our fear is rooted in the past of our pain, of our trauma. It is an idea that our feelings are hanging on to as a means to keep us aware of potential dangers. Your fear is not aware of your conscious thinking mind. Fear presents itself as only one potential danger, but it isn't the only danger that can happen. But why does fear fixate on one single outcome of what already happened? Because of our attachment we have to the feelings of this past similar situations. Fear prevents us from staying present. When I asked you what was missing in this moment, maybe your fears automatically kicked in. But asking yourself this question with the presence of mind can help you see that in this moment, fear does not exist. Fear has no value. Fear is not needed because you are safe. You're alive. To stay mindfully present, you have to look at your fears and you have to face them. They are hidden subliminal patterns that we were taught in our childhood and at the time of our trauma. We were created with an ego that has two sides that are in opposition to one another. There is the loving side and then there is the fearful side. God resides on the fearful side. The enemy is the fearful side. And when we are acting from a state of fear, we become that state of fear. And the scales of emotions become unbalanced. When we look at our fears to face them, as this lessens the emotional charge within the fear, and the weigh scales become more balanced. Now, you can't get rid of fear. We can only put it in a place of dormancy. Think of opposites. That happens when we act out of love and empathy for ourselves. Choosing to face your fear is an act of love. You cannot fear what you know. Fear does not trust you or your judgment. Fear doesn't trust love. And you have more knowledge than what you did back then when fear first presented itself. Even if you find yourself facing troubles right now, such as a lack of finances, a broken relationship, health problems, take responsibility for yourself now today by acknowledging that you have been living and acting from a state of fear. I can say this about myself, so I'm not judging anybody. I personally believe that fear is not trying to rescue us from a situation, from it happening again. I think fear is reliving that state because fear fears the uncomfortable feelings that form when bad things go wrong. Fear feels unsafe when fear happens. If you are fighting your circumstances right now of not having enough money, what feelings come to the surface? Scarcity, feelings of not being good enough, and perhaps a feeling of defeat. The ego doesn't care about the possibility of things getting better. It is convinced they won't. Fear is the narcissist within you that will never empathize with the pain it is putting you through. You gotta walk away and go no contact. Unwanted feelings only focus more unwanted feelings. Did you know that? You are the fuel source of those unwanted feelings. The more we give fear our attention, the more fear flourishes. Now, it's hard to focus on good things when our lives are falling apart. We're good enough just as we are, as how we exist. In this moment, we are at peace. We are safe. We are free. Fear tries to convince us we are not free. We aren't if we continue to listen to fear. And where there's fear, there is not the voice of God. So practice mindfulness more often. Check in with yourself. Give yourself a 10-minute vibe check every half hour or on the hour, every hour on the hour, to keep your fears out of your present moments. Sound good? Will you do this with me? Preoccupy your mind with positive thoughts and those emotions will follow. You don't have to make those thoughts extreme. Just get your feet wet, as this is something that may not be new to you. Just think of what it would be like to use a jump rope with your kids or play tag with them. What does it feel like for you to go for a walk in the park? What makes you happy? And think of doing it. Allow yourself to feel the joy you feel when cooking for your family, taking the dog for a walk, or hugging your favorite person. That's joy, my friends. That's love straight from the heart. That's where Jesus resides. Thank you, Jesus, for your joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength, and we can do all things in Him, Jesus, who is our strength. So set your alarm for half an hour from now and check in with yourself and ask yourself again this question: what is missing in this moment? Comment down below to give each other some spiritual, soulful encouragement. I love you. I really do. We got this.